To make these delicious pumpkin cream cheese muffins, you need 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. To that, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then a half teaspoon ground ginger, and then a quarter teaspoon ground nutmeg. On top of that is a quarter teaspoon allspice, freshly ground. And then we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. And last but not least, a half a teaspoon of salt. And mix thoroughly. Next, add in a separate bowl 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Next, we're going to add in a half cup of white sugar, and then a quarter cup of light brown sugar, and then 2 beaten eggs that were at room temperature. And then we're going to add in some vegetable oil, a half a cup of vegetable oil, and then a quarter cup of white milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And mix thoroughly. And we'll move on to the next step. Now let's add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients slowly, mix it all in, and then we'll add a little bit more and avoid overmixing. Okay, that is thoroughly mixed, and now we're just going to set that aside and move on to the next step. Okay, for the cream cheese filling, I blended together off camera 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, a quarter cup granulated sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. And now I'm going to place that into the fridge to chill off a bit. Okay, to make the cinnamon streusel topping, we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add in a 1/3 cup light brown sugar, and then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. As if we didn't have enough cinnamon, there's going to be more cinnamon. So just thoroughly mix this up. And now we're going to add in a quarter cup of melted butter with a fork. And I'm just going to lay it all in there and then just mix it up so it's nice and crumbly. And okay, that's exactly how I want it. The streusel cinnamon topping, nice and crumbly, and that'll go on top of our pumpkin muffins. Okay, I have 2 kinds of baking cups, and one with a big pumpkin and one with little pumpkins. I thought it would be appropriate for this recipe. So basically, it's very simple now. We'll take 2 tablespoons worth of the wet ingredient, put it at the bottom, and then we're going to take about a teaspoon worth, a healthy teaspoon worth, and just stick that into the bottom. And then we're going to put some more of the pumpkin pie filling on top to bury it. Pretty easy so far. So right now it's about 3/4 of a cup full. And then we're going to add the streusel crumb on top. Give it a light pressing. Get some on the table, why not? Press it down, and now that's it. Last step, that's going to go into an oven. And there you have it, 11, not 12 pumpkin muffins. But anyway, I'm happy with this, with the results. So now this is going to go into a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 23 to 26 minutes. And there you have it, 10 delicious, yummy looking pumpkin cream cheese muffins. Try it today. They're going to be excellent.